Hi, 6th graders. Today we are doing 6.9, which is about fractions, decimals, and percents. Our learning target is I can convert fractions, decimals, and percents using equivalent fractions, multiplication, and division. So here are the rules for converting fractions, decimals, and percents. Pause this video and fill out this table. Alright, so to convert a percent to a fraction, you write it out of 100 and then simplify. To convert a fraction to a decimal, you divide. And to convert a decimal to a percent, you multiply by 100. So this right here is going to be super helpful for you. If you're converting from a fraction to a decimal, we divide. If you're converting from a decimal to a percent, you multiply by 100. And if you're converting from a percent to a fraction, you write it out of 100 and then simplify. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's practice some. We are splitting this lesson into 2 days. So today we're going to do the first 6 problems, and then on Thursday we will do the last 6 problems. Okay, so today we're only doing these ones. Alright, so the first set of problems, write each percent as a fraction or mixed number in simplest form. Alright, so we are going from a percent to a fraction. We have 15% and we want to write it as a fraction. So from a percent to a fraction, we are writing it out of 100 and then simplifying. So let's take a look at 15%. So 15%, we write it out of 100. So this is really 15 over 100. And now we need to simplify. We could divide both of these numbers by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Can we simplify 3 over 20 anymore? We cannot. So this right here is your answer as a fraction. Moving on to number 2, this time we have 80%. We want to write that as a fraction. So again, 80 goes on top and 100 goes on bottom. Okay, simplifying this, we could divide both of these by 10. Get rid of that extra 0 on the end, so we have 8 over 10. And now we could divide both of these again by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that right there is your answer for 80%. Alright, and our last one. This time we have 125%. We want to write that as a fraction. So again, our 125 goes on top and 100 goes on bottom. Alright, so if we notice, this right here is a mixed number. I can pull a full 100 out of 125. So this is really like 1 and 25 over 100. Now we can simplify 25 over 100. We could divide both of these by 25. So we really get 1 and 1/4. Awesome, so that is how to change our percents to a fraction. Next, we are going to write each fraction or mixed number as a percent. So this time, if you notice, we are going from a fraction to a percent, but we need to follow our arrows. So we need to change it to a decimal first, and then to a percent. We can't go the opposite way, okay? So we need to change it to a decimal, which is by dividing, and then multiply it by 100 to get our percent. So let's take a look at our problems. 9 over 20. So we need to change that to a decimal. To do that, we are going to divide. So what I would do is I would pull your calculator out and just type 9 divided by 20, and we get 0.45. Alright, so this is as a decimal, but we wanted to change it to a percent. So to change it to a percent, we multiply by 100. So we move our decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So as a percent, this is really 45%. Fabulous. Moving on to number 2. We have 1/4. We need to change that to a decimal first. 1 divided by 4 gives us 0.25. change 0.25 to a percent, multiply by 100, we get 25%. And that's your answer. Alright, and number 3. This time we have 3 divided by 10. If you divide 3 divided by 10, you will get 0.3. Now we need to change that to a percent. So we multiply by 100. 1, 2. Uh-oh, we need to put a 0 here. So this is really 30%. Alright, that was our part 1 of lesson 6.9. If you have questions, send me a message. Otherwise, have a fabulous rest of your day.